everyone, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Top 10. I am John Rocha.
And I am Matt Knost. We are here to bring you another week of movie discussion here on the Top 10. How you been?
Been good. It's been a crazy week. A lot of stuff going on, kind of still recovering from CinemaCon, but also just kind of getting back in the swing of things. Doctor Strange is here. I had an unpopular opinion or reaction to the movie. A lot of people came after me for that. We'll see now as they go see the movie how many of those people regretting their tweets or whatever, or maybe seeing my point of view of why I was slightly disappointed by the movie. We shall see. But Moon Knight finished up, and we got the trailer for Kenobi. So a lot of stuff is starting to pop off now, and I'm starting to get that stress level of like, oh, fuck. How many videos do I need to do? What do I need to talk about? What do I need to create? And so it's starting to all kind of popping up into my head. And Lindley's gone for the next 3 days. She's puppy sitting, so I get to relax a little bit. I already put out the weights in the garage, and so I can go work out there, which is nice. And but yeah, that's what's going on with me, man. What's going on with you?
I mean, I don't have any. Yeah, I finished Moon Knight and started Ozark. I've been holding off.
Oh, okay. The last season.
Yeah, the last half of the last season.
Right.
I just
right.
don't want it to end. Trying to watch other things, even though it's inevitably. But watch the first of those. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy in my world.
Yeah,
has happened.
How many seasons are you in? How many seasons is Ozark?
I think there's only 4.
Oh, okay. 10 episodes each?
This last one has like 14 technically total. Well, it's split into 2 parts.
Okay.
So this second part is like 7 episodes or something to close it all up. But yeah, it's not that long. They've just been going on for 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
Wow.
Because there's just time off in between for a decent amount. Plus, they finished the first one, and the initial critical response was not good before it came out. So I think Netflix might have delayed until they got the numbers back from their own platform, because the original critical reception was not good in the
for the first half of the season.
No, for the first season in general. So I think that's the delay of why these have been spaced out. Is I'm sure that this is one of their earlier. Hey, we're making our own content that's actually doing well. So that might be why it was spaced out a decent amount. But yeah, I think the others would be right around like 9 or 10 episodes.
Okay.
It's not that long a show.
Yeah, my girlfriend didn't like it, so she's talked me out of it. But I feel like I want to give it a shot because I think it's Bateman
great,
and I like Lenny. So
they're both fantastic in it. The kids are really good.
Yeah, Julia Garner. Yeah.
The other actors that they get for the various roles of people that come in and out are all really good. Yeah, I think it's compelling. Nice balance of action when they need it, but it's it's a lot about the character development and how they interact.
Yeah,
and I'd be curious to see, because something already happened where I figured it was inevitably happening, but maybe it would happen towards the end of this run.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's a hell of a choice, and see where it goes from there. But yeah, there's so many different twists and turns. It'll hit you a couple times where you're like, oh, fuck, I can't believe that just happened. And they've had probably like 4 or 5 of those, like excellent ones.
Wow.
In the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I would definitely recommend that.
All right. I guess I got to get on that at some point. Especially because it's only 4 seasons. That's a little bit of an easier catch up,
Yeah, it's not bad. When a show's that good, like they got in, they got out. Originally, like Lost was only supposed to be 3 seasons, and then eventually ABC is like, we have a hit on our hands. We're not canceling after 3 seasons. Hence the characters stuck in lion cages for 3 episodes. Like, we're stretching this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had someone trying to convince me, like, you should go back and rewatch it, and be like, I know, I'm not going to do that. But their point was they didn't see it until you could stream it all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it makes much more sense.
It's much more enjoyable if you can binge it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because they leave little tidbits here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not obsessive about it, watching once a week, you can forget things that happened 3, 4, 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're streaming, you may have just watched that yesterday. So it's fresh, top of mind awareness.
Right.
It's like, I'm not committing to 100 and something episodes or whatever it was of a show that ultimately was disappointing to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Totally
fair. Are you watching anything right now? Anything current? Anything other than Ozark?
Let's see. Finished Minx. That was good.
Oh yeah, they just greenlit a season 2 for that today.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah. I need to see that. She's supposedly really, really good. The actress.
Yeah, she's great in Jake Jones. I think the casting across the board, they did a great job.
Oh, cool.
Even our boy Sam Levine has a small part in it.
Yeah, I heard he's a DJ or something. Oh, yeah, congrats to Sam and Rachel.
Yeah, for getting married.
Yeah.
For Misogynist. He plays a misogynist or a misogynist companion buddy on the radio.
Wow.
Yeah, last time I talked to Sam, I was like, hey, man, I'm just waiting on that invitation. I think it might have gotten lost in the mail. And he's just like, oh, yeah, I'll send another out. So then the next time I see him, being like, hey, I think that invitation seriously got lost.
Yeah. I saw that it was weird. Yeah, I didn't get invited either. I was like, wait a minute. Well, that was weird for me. I mean, not that it would have gone because, I don't know, I've been driving up to LA a lot lately or wherever that was. And I just was like, wow, how come and I saw like all kinds of people from the Schmodown.
Oh, I didn't.
Finstock and all that.
I've never hung out with them outside of doing shows and stuff. So never in a million years, unless he's having one of those, we're inviting 3,000 people.
Yeah. Right.
Never in a million. I would have been shocked if I had gotten one.
Yeah. I wasn't that shocked. I was just more like, oh, that's odd. So, but whatever it is, you're allowed to, obviously it's a wedding.
Yeah, it's your wedding. I don't.
Exactly. But yeah, congrats to them getting married. It was a beautiful wedding from what I saw from the pictures and stuff that people posted up. And Ellis doing that. Of course, Ellis. What's the truth about Ellis, man? You think there's a darker side to that guy? You can't be that smiley and nice all the time. You just can't. There's a darkness there. I know there is. I'm going to find it one of these days,
man. I don't. You'd have to talk to Ellis about that. I don't know specifically the answer to that.
I know he's killed somebody. I know he has somewhere on the road. He has killed somebody and buried it somewhere.
Listen, I am choosing not to self-incriminate. So I'm going to plead the fifth.
Oh, fair.
And I did that to a friend of mine once on April Fool's.
What?
Where I called him up and made him believe that I just hit somebody with my car, or at least I hit something with my car.
Right.
And it was like, it was as big as the biggest dog type of thing. Like basically just insinuated nonstop that it was a person, and I just hit somebody and they're not moving. And it was raining that day, I lived in San Diego, which is a rare occurrence in San Diego.
Yeah, true.
And eventually he's like, all right, just tell me where you're at. I'm coming to help. And I was like, oh my God, that's a friend. And also that scares the shit out of you at the same time. Like, it's good friendship. Yeah. He's willing to help dispose of a body. Also, he is willing to help dispose of a body.
It's like the shit in the town. I don't got to tell you where. You help me. All right, where are we going?
This whole town's in my rear view. Okay. I think that movie is good and okay simultaneously.
Certainly. Anything with Blake Lively certainly is okay in that movie. Not great.
Yeah, just some of the dialogue in it to me is a bit much.
Yeah. It's real stilted.
But it's got some really good action, some good performances.
Renner's great in the film. So is Affleck, of course.
But congrats to the newlywed couple. We hope you're enjoying wedded bliss. And anyway, what else?
Is a theater. What else? Are you watching anything? I know what are we in? Oh, I started. What did we? Oh, I already mentioned that already last time that we watched the first 6 episodes of Hacks. It's good. About to get into Made for Love, the 2nd season. We got the first 4 episodes of that, which I have not seen that. It's actually good. I like that. Christina Milioti is funny in that. And then I don't know if there's anything else we're watching right now.
See, I finished Ptolemy Gray with Sam Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Was that good? Did you like that? Or was it okay?
It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay.
Started Under the Banner of Heaven. There's only been 2.
Oh yeah, we started that. That was fucking good. Third episode's out. Dropped yesterday.
Okay.
But the first 2 episodes were fucking excellent, man. Woohoo.
Let's see.
Really interesting to like, go back and explore the origins of Mormonism as you're also exploring this guy questioning his faith from these murders. Just brilliant stuff, man. And it's based on true story too.
Yeah, it's the book is excellent. I think it's my favorite Krakauer book.
Oh, you read it? Oh shit, I gotta read it, man.
Yeah, it's either that or Into Thin Air.
Mm-hmm. Into Thin Air was good.
Yeah, they're both really good. I'd highly recommend those. And then Into the Wild wasn't my cup of tea, but
yeah,
if you like it, you like it. I mean, it's not a bad book. I just found the lead character unsympathetic.
Yeah, fair enough. Eating those berries, son of a bitch.
Well, just running off into a world that you kind of know. It's like, what did you expect as the outcome of this? Am I supposed to sympathize or empathize rather with this individual?
I thought I could figure it out, man.
Maybe, or maybe you shouldn't just decide to go live in the wilderness when you don't have the full knowledge of it. I don't know. It seems like a fool's errand to me.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree.
Let's see. Making my way through Tokyo Vice. I actually like that show a lot.
Yeah, I'm in the 5th episode myself. I like it. It's not an easily bingeable show. There's a lot. It's dense.
Yeah,
every episode has a lot, so you just kind of take it, as it comes. I'm with you there. I haven't started We Own the Night, which I really want to start, but I'm waiting on Lindley because she's a big Wire fan, so we have to wait.
You mean We Own the City?
Yeah, We Own the City. Sorry, not We Own the
Night. I haven't either. Just with the amount of basketball.
Oh, dude.
I turned Catherine into a basketball widow, so we've been slow to catch up on TV shows. She just gets home and be like, "Oh, one game's on, huh? Is there another tonight?" Be like, "There is another tonight. I am watching both those games."
Yeah, she caught me watching hockey the other day. She said, "What the fuck do you care about hockey?" I was like, "Oh, the Capitals are in the playoffs."
If it's your team, it's your team.
Come on. They pulled the upset. They beat the Panthers in the game. Come on.
I try, I limit the amount of sports I watch year round so I can devote it at certain sections to watching just a shitload. Yeah. And then I go like the rest of the summer, I won't watch a single second of baseball or any of the rest of it. And during football, it's like, there's just moments, but it's not every night.
Do you ever have this where your girlfriend is like, oh, sorry, obviously your wife, but like where like you're in the, she's like I'll watch some stuff on my computer sometimes because she'll want, like we'll want to hang out with each other, but we don't have to watch the same thing. Like she'll watch a RuPaul's Drag Race on the main television and I'll be on the couch next to her on the other couch, the longer couch, just watching sports with my noise canceling earphones on.
I do that.
And then but like, it's always funny because I say to her, now, honey, I'm watching the game. So I'm not watching the show. But inevitably, 2 or 3 times she'll lean over and try to explain something from the show. And I'll go, baby, I'm not watching the show. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you ever have that with Catherine, like reflexively wants to tell you something that's going on the screen?
I mean,
I'm not watching.
What I have chosen to do as of late is I'll just put it on mute so that if something, I'm still like passively following along with her show. So if something comes up and she does want to, I'm not distracted from, because I don't necessarily need the commentary track. Although it's nice sometimes because they obviously can point out things that you hadn't noticed. They've got statisticians in their ears saying, hey, there's so-and-so is whatever for whatever. Although I usually have a tab open with the box score going, but even there, you can still get nice tidbits.
Yeah.
Stan Van Gundy's been dropping some great ones.
Dude, he's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really enjoy him.
Yep. I like him more than his brother. I'll be honest with you. I like him more than his brother.
Well, I think he's still more about the X's and O's. Jeff's more about like trying to entertain. Although it looks like Mark Jackson's going to get that head coaching job in Sacramento. So it might just be Breeny and Jeff. And I am all on board for that because I think Mark Jackson is a zero.
Mark's been on fumes for about 3 or 4 years as a commentator, in my opinion.
Because he wants to be a coach. So he doesn't say anything of any substance because he doesn't want to ruffle the feathers of any possible franchise that he get a job from.
It's so frustrating when I see that because I'm just like, man, just be honest.
It's boring.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like watching Shaq for his analysis. Like the dude doesn't watch the games.
Fucking yeah! What a waste of time that is.
It doesn't.
And they're paying him millions to sit there and just, yeah, you got to feed the big man. You got to feed the big. You got to create space in the middle. And it's like, what?
Okay, that's a generalization that you could apply to any era, I guess.
Like Candace is looking over at him and when they're on the table, and Candace or the desk rather, Candace like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like she's so intelligent in her analysis and breakdown. And listen to the Shaq is just like watching your old uncle sitting on the porch saying some bullshit under his breath the whole time. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Charles is getting to that territory too. Kenny is the only one that's still somewhat trying to kind of give you a little bit of analysis. Charles is more about analysis of the human being, not necessarily what you're watching.
Which I think you need that too. We just don't need two of those individuals.
Yeah, exactly.
When one is wildly entertaining and the other can't take a joke at his own expense, right. Even though he wants to be the funny guy.
Yeah.
Which is pathetic. If you're going to make jokes about others, you have to be willing to laugh at yourself.
Of course.
That is part of the deal.
Yep. 100% part of the deal.
Yeah. It's frustrating when you're like, oh my God, you're going to be thin-skinned about this of all things, this. And then other times he's got a great sense of humor. It just, I don't understand why he's.
When it's at someone else's expense, he's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah. I don't know. He doesn't seem the type, but yeah, so I try and do that as well, where I sit on the couch next to her, so we're still, because other times I'll sit at my desk and my back is to her and she's watching something.
Right.
That seems to happen on the first game, and on the second game I'll sit with her on the couch.
Yeah.
But
although some of these blowouts are tough to watch. I had a tough time watching Miami and Philly last night. I was like, I'm bored because I knew it was going to happen.
I wasn't looking forward to that game.
Yeah. But the Phoenix, that's going to be chippy as fuck, man. I'm loving that series.
I just don't know what answer Dallas has for them.
Yeah.
Because as great as Luka is, like, you got to trust your teammates. And it's baked into the design of the offense that he has the ball so much in his hands, and yet the other guys can't get into a rhythm if they're just constant. It's one thing if you're surrounded by just spot-up shooters, but Brunson, works well with the ball in his hands.
Yep.
Dinwiddie does as well. So if you want to get them going, you kind of need to share the ball around.
Yep.
And that's just not who Luka is as a player. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. But
I'm with you. I was because they were kind of, I think they were in the league going into halftime. The Mavericks were, so I was like, okay, this could be interesting. And then,
but I mean, Philly was leading by 1 point at the end of first half in game one.
It's true.
And I was blown away. I was like, all right, well, let's see if you guys can keep up in the second half. Yeah. And then third quarter, they just got the doors blown off. You're like, okay, that's what I expected.
The Celtics one was a surprise when they come back and do what they did. I was like, oh shit, okay. Matt, you and I were talking about it. Like
well, with no Middleton.
Yeah.
I figured this thing's going 7, and now Gary Payton going down. Dylan Brooks, I have not seen today if he's officially gotten his suspension yet.
Brooks? No.
He should be getting at least a 1-game suspension.
Yeah. Oh, no. Brooks is suspended for game 3.
Okay.
For the Warriors.
I hadn't looked. Last night, it was still a lot of leak sources are saying that it's probably going to be 1 game. It's like, well, of course, it's a minimum 1 game. Is it going to be 2?
Yeah.
But GP is now done for minimum 3 weeks, so he can make it back possibly for the finals. That
was just fucking.
It's a shitty foul.
It was totally a shitty foul. I mean,
it is a shitty foul.
What Draymond did was shit for sure. But it wasn't like, knocking this guy out for.
No, Draymond was making a play on the ball. He was. He hit him in the head, so I'm fine with a flagrant 1 on that. He was making a play on the ball. He just wildly slapped him, hit him in the face.
It just seems to always happen with him. But
whereas Dylan Brooks was doing nothing more than hitting the guy.
That was like something out of Rucker, man. He was like trying to knock him out.
That was something out of the 80s where there's a reason we've legislated that out. You're just hurting guys.
Yeah.
And you
turning
yourself into Grayson Allen.
Did you see Kerr? Kerr was pissed.
I don't blame him.
God,
that had been the flip side. Jenkins would have been pissed too.
Yeah, he was cussing up a storm. Kerr. He even told Brooks, he was like, "Get the fuck out of here, Brooks."
It was a Bush League play.
I'm surprised not suspended for the series, because I mean, if you're going to knock someone out like that and it's intentional, then you should not be able to play in the series.
You can't prove intent. So I think
no.
the precedent is 1 to 2 games. So he was going to get, and technically it's 2 games because it was
Oh, wait,
at
'cause
the
it's
3-minute mark. Yeah. And so it's a 2-game suspension.
yeah.
Um,
It's without pay too. So he's losing a big paycheck there. Yeah, he's gonna miss a month, Peyton. And they find Draymond 25,000 for flipping off the fans.
yeah, he said it's fine. I make 20 million. Literally his response. Like, yeah, that's only going to invite more fines in the future, man.
That's dumb, dude. Yeah,
But it's true.
yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, should we get into our show? Here, bud?
Sure. So
Hmm.
we are basing the topic around the release of Firestarter, the new movie
Yeah.
based on the Stephen King novel.
Yeah.
And the gist of it is, movies with a kid in the lead,
Mhm.
and the rest of the cast is basically like adults.
Mhm.
It can't be a Goonies or a Super 8 situation where it's a cast of kids and there are adults around them. We're trying to replicate what Firestarter is,
Yeah.
which is centrally focusing on. Now, there could be other kids in the story, but it's like kid is the focus, and then mostly adults dealing with them is the way I assumed we were going at this.
Right. Yeah.
Uh,
I try to focus on the kid being the main focus, and carrying the film. In essence, carrying the film. That's the way I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote it down in my notes as kid-led adult movies.
Yes. I had to change adult movies.
That's true. We should put now mature. Doesn't sound good either.
Sure doesn't sound good either.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I can't. What did I call this? I know I called it something because I put it on here. Let me see here.
I can't pull it up.
I called it Top 10 Movies for Adults Led by a Child Actor. Does that walk the line a little bit?
Sure. What sucks is,
how about older audiences led by a child actor? No.
Kid-led older people movies. I don't know. So I'm trying to narrow down the number of words just so it can fit.
Oh, fair enough.
In a description at the top when you open it up in podcast app, as opposed to having to wait for that 15-second timer. So when it eventually starts scrolling, like that succinctly. Unfortunately, kid-led adult movies is the best, but you're right. That doesn't sound good.
That does not sound good. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just listing what our favorite Tracy Lords movies.
Oh, Jesus.
Just saying, those are the only ones I can think of where people got into legal repercussions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, sure you don't. You laughed at it, so you know precisely what I'm talking about.
Just because I was uncomfortable, I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, sure. Listen, I was like 4 years old when those came out, so I don't really have any working knowledge. I just know the story behind it.
Era. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh man, hilarious. All right. So yeah, so that's what we're saying. So basically, the kid led, and it's a older movie, or not older, but for adult audiences, for mature audiences.
Yeah, it's not a kids movie.
Yeah, it's not a kids movie. Basically, that. Yeah.
How about a kid lead in a non-kids movie?
Yeah. Oh.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I like that. All right, I can change it right now. Kid led top 10 child led movie. No, wait, kid led movies. Would you say kid led movies?
I don't know. We can workshop it
for a non-kids audience.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
The change is saved. There we go.
Or maybe we just make it longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
Like parenthetically, this is for Firestarter, so please just think of how we came to this topic because of Firestarter.
This is how we got it done. All right. So where shall we go? Oh yeah. So how does the show work, Matt? Let's get into it.
We set a topic. We go our individual ways, create personal top 10 list. Show back up here. I do my bottom 3. He does his bottom 3. I do my next 2. He does his next 2. Then we trade one apiece. Once we have revealed our personal top 10 list, we create the shows between the two of us.
Boom. What's your 10?
My 10 is The Exorcist.
Ooh, good choice. That's my number. Well, yeah, since it's bottom 8, it's my number 8. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I looked it up specifically. Linda Blair. So our cutoff was 12 and under.
Yes,
Just
12
so
and
the audience knows.
Yeah.
So there are no teenagers. So if I was ever confused, because there are certain points where they don't give a character's age.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
looked up the individual's age who was playing the character at the time.
Yeah.
And just base it on that. So if like, okay, they were 12 and under, then I'm just going to assume so was the character.
Right.
Because other times he's like, you got a 15-year-old playing an 11-year-old, which is fine. The character is 11.
Right.
But I can't think of a time where we have a young kid playing an older kid.
Yeah.
But The Exorcist, it still has a lot of the scares.
Yep.
To this day. And the idea that this is based on a true story.
Yeah.
From Georgetown, not too far where you grew up.
Yes,
where you grew
true.
up.
I've been to the steps many times. Or
Have you really?
Oh yeah. We used to go down there on Halloween night, and then every once in a while I'd have something to do in DC, and I'd drive by the steps just for shits and giggles, and you'd see people taking pictures and stuff, and people lying down on the steps, which is always weird to me because I'm like, how many feet have been on those steps? How many dirty shoes have been on those steps? But whatever. But yeah.
I mean, if you buy that place, that's part of it.
Oh yeah, of course.
But does it? At some points, it has to drive you nuts.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I think you go through the stages, right? It's cool, it's cool, it's cool. Fuck, this happens all the time. Jesus Christ, I wanted to stop, and then you just kind of hit some kind of dull murmur. It's like, okay, this is just my life. The acceptance of it all.
Yeah.
It was like, what was that in Breaking Bad? The people that would show up and throw the pizza boxes on top of the house of the Breaking Bad house, like that would drive me nuts. Because that's physically throwing something onto my fucking house, like
something that's rotting eventually too.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, great.
Yeah, you would
now get the fuck up there and remove it.
You'd assume it subsides with time.
Yeah.
But The Exorcist is just iconic location from a unique, huge blockbuster from its day, and still has relevance now.
Yeah.
And it's, if you've never seen it, it's about a girl who gets demonically possessed, and then they're trying to do an exorcism on her.
Yeah.
And just the trials and tribulations of trying to get the spirit of a demon out of a child's body. That is The Exorcist.
It's a tough life.
It is a tough life. I don't know how to summate the movie.
Yeah.
Other than that, because it starts off and like he's in the Middle East and finds some idol and whatnot, and is carrying, and this idol is the physical representation of like a demonic spirit or something, and then eventually that demonic spirit moves into this child's body. But the thrust of the movie, the gist of it is about this possession in the girl, and it's why also now we have all these possession movies all these years later. It's like, it's a successful formula. This is the first to really, crystallize that.
If you can do it well, it can be quite successful. You're right about that.
Yeah. And the budget's low, and the return on profit, or return on investment rather, can be very high. Look at the Paranormals. The first one cost, I think, a nickel.
Oh yeah. The Paranormal Activities.
Yeah. And it made $250 million or something.
Simple fucking story. It was great.
It's like, aren't they making a Blair Witch TV show?
Yeah.
They're either making a movie or a TV show, one or two. But I mean, that first one cost nothing and made a bunch of movie. And then they made at least one sequel.
They did an installment of the Paranormal Activity last year on Paramount Plus, but it wasn't that good. So maybe the well's dry there.
It doesn't really need to be good, and it'll still make money.
That's true. It's true.
It's got a name.
Yeah,
it's like all those. What are the ones with Vera Farmiga?
Oh yeah.
It's like her and the guy that plays her husband, whose name I always forget.
Yeah, Patrick Wilson.
It's
like Annabelle and all those. Yeah.
Yeah, those are spin-offs of it, aren't they? And then this was this couple, this paranormal hunting couple.
Jesus, I forget.
And originally,
The Conjuring. There it is.
The Conjuring.
Yes.
That's the other thing too. A lot of these have pretty blah names. But it all stems from The Exorcist. Had that not been just a massive cultural phenomenon,
and
huge at the box office, I don't know that producers continue or realized, hey, this horror genre,
We can
hey,
make some money.
teenagers are stupid.
I'm scared.
They like to be scared. Some of these are really well made. A lot of them are dog shit. Doesn't matter.
People come to the dog shit ones.
Yeah. And you can cast unknowns and people will still go to the movie.
Yeah.
So reduces your budget even more.
Yeah. What's your 9?
My number 9 is Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Oh yeah, that's a punt. That's huge.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites, man.
There's a lot of good movies to choose from.
There is. What's your 8?
My number 8 is Billy Elliot.
Yep, that's my number 9. Nice choice, dude.
Okay, I thought that one might be a standalone for me.
No, you can't do the ballet, Billy. I mean, I can't let go of that fucking line, dude. So, hell yeah, Billy Elliot. Great choice, dude. Great choice.
Yeah, when he finally, like, the family just is okay
Yeah.
with the choice and whatnot, you feel it. You're like, you dance your little fucking feet off, Billy. You do. When I saw, because all the discussion, I knew it was going to be a feel good. I was like, blah, 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 paint by numbers. And I was young, mid 20 something when this came out, I believe.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I get it. Oscar Beatty type of movie type of thing. And then saw it and I was like, nope, that's really good. That is really good. You walk out of there feeling great. It's also the stage play led to Tom Holland getting his big break in acting.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Everyone knew who, the musical. Yeah, exactly. Which
got that, and then got what, like the Impossible and whatnot.
Right.
And made his foray into movie acting thanks to Billy Elliot. But it's a young Jamie Bell, like very young Jamie Bell.
Yeah. And he's a kid who was like, doesn't like boxing. He's not into sports. His dad's trying to turn him into a man, quote unquote. But he sees walks by a ballet class, and that's what kind of sparks his interest in dancing. And so, and at the same time, his father's dealing with like losing his job, with the shutdowns of the factories, and so there's a lot of stress on the family. And I think, is it Brenda Blethyn who plays the mom? I think, but they're dealing with all this changing landscape, and his father just wants Billy to not add to the drama and stress of their lives by having his family be ridiculed by raising a son who dances. And, in those small areas, small towns, sometimes that can be a very provincial, judgmental thinking in those towns, unfortunately. And so I love that this was a British movie that kind of explored that. And this is right at that time, Matt, right when like British movies were blowing up, like Trainspotting, Englishman who went up the hill and came down a mountain or whatever. Like, there were all those that were happening around the same time, and Billy Elliot's one of those ones that kind of got through all that clutter and was really respected and reviewed really well by critics. I remember that. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. There's quite a few like that people love from that era that I think are just okay. Like Waking Ned Divine.
Yeah, that's
fine.
It's
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
it's got a great rating if you ever look it up online.
Yeah,
and you watch it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Right.
Whereas Billy Elliot, like the joy that you feel,
because
I can understand the thinking of all the players involved. Like this is weird. Why do you need to be weird right now? And it's a great point that you bring up of the fact that he wants to do this, and all they want is some semblance of normalcy, given all the other turmoil that they've got.
Yeah.
And eventually realize like you can't stifle someone's happiness and joy just because it makes you feel slightly uncomfortable or something.
Yeah.
If they're not hurting anyone and they're deriving a tremendous amount of joy out of it, then celebrate that.
Yeah. And I just saw the dad in a show that I'm watching on Acorn called Hidden Assets. He plays a dude who's kind of, The Bay. I just saw the third season of The Bay. He plays ironically, the dad plays a guy who's running a boxing gym. Ironically. So.
Okay.
Kind of funny to see that actor pop up as that. But yeah, Stephen Daldry directed it. I thought it was Stephen Frears, but it's Stephen Daldry. I get them both.
I think the actress you were thinking of is Julie Walters.
Oh yeah, Julie Walters. Yes. I get her and Brenda confused all the fucking time. So Really sweet. And I don't think there's anybody else that came out of there.
I don't think so. I'm looking at the IMDb now, and
yeah.
doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was your 8.
That was my 8.
Okay. So then my 10 is Home Alone.
Okay. I
Yeah.
kept it off because it was like it's skirting the line of is it an adult movie or not?
Yeah. In the end, I was like, well, look, they're really trying to kill him.
True.
And you've got the parents who are running back, and that's played for real. It's not played for jokes that her mom is freaking out that she can't be there or that they left their son. It is initially funny because she's like, Kevin, but like the whole time with John Candy and other people, it's legitimate. And then you have that nice payoff with him and the old dude in the church and whatever. So there's some mature beats in the film. So I was like, okay, I'll let it pass, but I won't put it high up on my list because it's not, like a drama necessarily. So I put it there at number.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that kid-led needs to be a drama, although that's what ends up making my list because comedically, it's rare when that happens. Yeah, I did think about it.
Totally.
It was one of the last cuts.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's in the 11, 12 ballpark. But if we're saying just like straight kid-led movies, it's going to be near the top.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's why I put it near the bottom because for what our list was going to be about, I think it does have those stuff, but it doesn't. But it's but it is still kid kind of leaning. So anyway, but we've talked about it on the show, so there's no need to go in and out. Great stuff, Macaulay Culkin, everybody involved, fantastic stuff. What's your 7?
My 7 is Boyhood.
Oh yeah, not my thing. So go ahead, man, knock yourself out.
Just the achievement of doing this, of committing to a project for this duration of time is impressive in and of itself. And then to see the final product rendered was even more impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And to have a couple of very established actors and Ethan and Patricia commit to a decades-long project.
Yeah, pretty incredible.
Where you're only checking in, once a year for a short amount of time, but the dedication to the idea and to the director saying, no problem. I love this. This is interesting and unique. And the growth and maturation of the kid. Now, eventually he ages out of technically the restriction that we set upon in this.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought about excluding it for that, but that is not all of the movie. And I think given the fact that I moved a lot as a kid, so I can understand a decent amount of what he had to go through.
Yeah.
So it resonated a little bit more with me. And it's just life. It's basically just like watching someone's life unfold in front of you. And Linklater did a really excellent job. But the interesting thing is, I don't know how often I would go back to rewatch it. I haven't seen it since the theater.
Yeah, I saw it once. Once was enough for me. For whatever reason, it just didn't grab me the way it grabbed other people. But I, like you said, I respect the achievement. I mean, waiting that long to do it is pretty incredible. So,
Yeah, and having to hold on to the footage for all that long and the commitment that you made to we're shooting in this.
Yeah.
And then 20 years later going, well, we're still committed to, but dear God, the advancements are using a different camera or lens or whatever else and be like, this is what we committed to.
Yeah.
Just carrying through all those different things. And is it I never really thought to look it up. Does the cinematographer stay on for the entire duration or all the different crew and cast and all that?
Yeah, because a lot can happen in 20 years, man.
Yeah. Because some of the things like, the gaffer and all those individuals, like, yeah, sure. But the set design or someone that's working on the aesthetic of the film, do they continue on? And this, obviously I brought up the cinematographer, but the people where they're putting their artistic stamp on it.
Yeah. They're two different ones.
Okay.
So Lee Daniel and then Shane Kelly is the other. So there were 2 DPs. So maybe Lee Daniel was the DP for the first one way back when, and then Shane Kelly is the DP for this one. I think Lee Daniel's kind of moved on.
Yeah, he moved on.
Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, he forced his name into the title of a movie. That's why I know his name. Lee Daniels, the butler.
No, that's not the same guy.
Well, isn't it though?
I didn't say Lee Daniels. I said Lee Daniel. There's a difference.
That's how he gets you.
Suckers you in.
Somehow it works. He gets more residual checks that way. I'm not sure. I don't know the math.
Smart motherfucker.
But he turned it back on the studios. How Back to the Future still hasn't turned a profit. Lee Daniels used the same accountants, and he's figured out how to game the system.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, what's your 6?
My number 6 is Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, another one I have not seen. So go ahead, man.
Oh, you never saw it?
I haven't seen it yet. I need to see it.
It's an interesting movie. It's a young girl, and so she's lost her dad. Her mom is looking to remarry, but it's in the middle of the Spanish Civil War where they're trying to figure out if they're going to be a republic or stay with the monarchy. So you have that as a backdrop, and she keeps receding into this fantasy world because, from my perspective, she doesn't want to deal with the trauma in her real life. So she's trying to create this escapist reality so she can get away from, her new stepfather, who looks like pretty much an asshole. And her mom's not doing too well physically, so she's concerned with, am I going to be stuck without my mom and my dad because her dad died not too long previously?
Yeah.
And it's the push and pull of all that and the fantastical. I think it's the best rendering of that within Del Toro.
Wow.
Where The Shape of Water has that fantastical element as well.
Yeah.
I think Pan's Labyrinth, it makes more sense to me.
Right.
Given, I would watch Pan's Labyrinth again before I watch Shape of Water.
Okay.
Okay. Well, Shape of Water, I really enjoyed it at the time, and as time has receded, it has less and less a grip.
Yeah.
Whereas Pan's Labyrinth still has roughly the same kind of transfixing quality to me.
Right.
But so the journey of this little girl as she's dealing with trying to figure out her place in a world that's chaotic and dark and depressing.
Yeah.
Or this other one that she may or may not be real. She could be conjuring. If you like Del Toro, it's the best he's ever done, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got to see that. I know a lot of people tell me it's one I got to see. Plus, it's all in Spanish from what I understand. Is that correct? Or is it no?
Yeah, it's subtitled.
Yeah, subtitled. So there you go.
Which is confusing because I'm simultaneously trying to listen so I can just jog that part of my brain and then read the subtitles and watch what's going on in the action. And eventually I had to just give up trying to decipher the Spanish.
Yeah.
Although every once again they'd say something, be like, I know that word. I know that phrase. I know this. But anyway.
All right, that was your 6.
That is my 6.
Okay, so then my 7 is True Grit.
Okay, I excluded that one.
Really? Oh, I mean, she's the driving force. None of this happens without her showing up at that town, hiring Rooster, forcing LaBouffe to kind of stay away, and then forcing LaBouffe or asking LaBouffe to help, and all of this. She is the driving force of the whole movie, and she narrates, or her older version narrates it. So for me, that's why it fits.
How old is the character? Do you know?
She's 11 or 12, something like that. And let me see. Let me look. I can look it up. I think she's 11 or 12. I know she's not 13 or 14. So let's see. What's her name? Hattie? Is that her name? Oh, Haley, right.
Yeah, Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, Haley Steinfeld. Age. True Grit. Yeah, she's supposed to be 12. She's 14 when she made the movie, but she's 12 in the movie.
The character's 12?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I recognize everything you just said, but in my head I was like, it's because Bridges and Damon and all these other people have so much screen time as well.
Right.
I don't know if I would call her the lead, but I guess she is the default lead.
Yeah. I mean, because she's the one that drives everything and makes it happen. I just want to verify this because how old is Maddie Ross in True Grit? Oh, sorry. She's 14 in True Grit. Fuck me. I thought it was 12. All right, fine. I'll take it off, Matt. Jesus Christ.
I wasn't even making that argument. I was more talking about like the screen time.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like,
look, I'm going to keep it on. I'm going to keep it on. And even if it's not on, even if it doesn't make a list, I'll keep it on. So I just love her in the movie, and certainly she's proven to be a damn good actress, and seeing her in Hawkeye was fun. And she's successful as a kind of fashion person in her own right, and also as a singer. So really surprising, because I know when the movie came out, a lot of people were like, oh, she's kind of tomboyish or whatever, but she's really kind of turned this whole career of hers into multiple revenue streams. And shout out to her for that. Certainly a success. And I think she's great in the movie, man. She is, as I said, the driving influence, the driving force. Everything's happening because she wants to go find Tom Chaney. And that's the whole point of the movie. And even at the end, she's the one that tells Frank James to keep his seat trash, so she stays a very big part of the movie all the way to the end and outlives everybody, and has her commentary there be the last part of the movie. So to me, she's the lead of the film.
Yeah, it's impressive to see someone that young holding her own in scenes with all these well-established and seasoned actors.
Yeah.
And she has a commanding presence on screen.
Yeah. Both adult and child at the same time in how she approaches things. The kind of, this is what? That's not right. You should be doing this. And it's like, in the real world, it's not like that at all. Okay. And then my number 6 is The Sixth Sense.
That's a punt.
Okay. I figured as much. All right. Take a break. Let's take a break.
We'll take a quick break. Hear this word from our sponsor. We'll be right back. See you guys in a second. All right, there we go. And we're back into it. So my number 5 is Room.
Oh, the Jacob Tremblay one. Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. See, I kind of see it as her story, because she's trying to get out of that thing and make it.
But I was so blown away by his performance.
Oh yeah, no, how could you not be?
Yeah, because I thought about Looper, but that kid is so.
Oh yeah, that's too.
I thought he was amazing, but that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas Tremblay, if you want to make a case that, I was also okay with. We did say lead. If it's a co-lead situation and the movie is good enough, I was fine with that on my list. But that is kind of like fun, fudging the rules a little bit, or the assignment rather, perhaps not the rules.
Yeah.
But you expect, I only partially knew Brie Larson because she'd done a few things here and there and had small parts, but I didn't really know her. And him, I kind of knew in roundabout. I saw Room after everybody else had recommended it, and it had been out for like a year and a half or something. And eventually I saw it, but I'd seen him in one or two other things. And to see that even younger, this kid is crushing it in these. Like, so much so when he's in the back of that truck, you're like, fucking roll, man. Yeah. Roll. Like, in my head, trying to will this kid to do the action that you want him to do. But you got to remember, like, he's 6 or 5.
Right.
Like, it's just so young. He plays this masterfully. Like, the outside world is this toxic environment, and yet he still longs for it in the imagination of this child, trying to find the good in the situation, not realizing the hellscape that he has been brought up in.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the push and pull and everything that he personifies, that he doesn't even realize it, that you're projecting onto it, and then the trauma and dealing with it afterwards, and how he needs to grow. And then you start thinking about what he's going to be like in 20, 30 years. Yeah, I think just the profoundness and then what I was left with afterwards. Everybody was right in telling me I should see that one. That was a unique and interesting film.
It's an excellent film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked it. And it's kind of hard to remember when Brie Larson was like the darling coming out of that movie, because, obviously the Captain Marvel stuff and all that stuff is kind of like muddied the waters a little bit, but her chemistry with him is fantastic. And Tremblay is great. Tremblay is great in the film, making those connections with her. And then, because in a way you can see like, oh, it's a kid. Why is he doing this? But in a way, the story itself is overall a kind of a subtly works as kind of, all of us are trapped in some kind of room in our heads, and we don't see the way out, even though someone looking from the outside could totally be like, roll, get out of that, jump out of the truck, the proverbial truck in our own lives, the figurative truck in our own rooms in our lives. So there's so much symbolism going on, and he's so great. I just have seen it as Brie Larson's film with him.
You're probably right, to be perfectly honest.
But I'm not discounting at all. I'm just saying it's the way I've seen it. Doesn't mean it's the right way to see it. It's just the way I've seen it. That's why I didn't make my list, but it's a great choice because it's a damn good movie. Surprisingly, I thought I was going to be bored, man. I went in, I was like, oh, what's all the hype about? Oh, we'll see. Because I didn't watch it initially when everyone was going crazy about it, like you said. And then but I watched it later, and I was like, damn, this is actually fucking engrossing as hell, and weirdly charming in the interactions between her and Tremblay. You know?
Yeah, she creates an environment that's nurturing in the midst of, once you slowly realize what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Which at first you are is like, is this a post-apocalyptic? And they are stuck in this room, and then eventually you're like, no, they're stuck in that room, but not for any other reason outside of one individual.
Something much more sinister. Yeah. Agreed. All right, that was your 5?
That was my 5.
So my 5 is Jojo Rabbit.
That's a punt.
Okay, fair enough. What's your 4?
My 4 is Logan.
Oh, that's just a slight punt. A slight punt.
Okay.
So my 4 is Stand By Me.
Okay, they're all kids.
They're all 12.
Yes, but we said, okay, I was trying to think of the adults in the movie, and it's like a kid led. That's in my head that I thought we were going for, because Firestarter, there's still the parents in the town trying to stop her and everything.
Well, you've got the older kids coming after him through the movie, Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay, go for it. Look, Stand By Me is awesome.
Yeah, I love the movie. So to me, as soon as they this is one of the first movies I thought about, and I checked. And
it's one of the first I excluded.
Yeah.
Literally, I was like, Stand By Me. No, that doesn't count.
But no, it's an immature thing. They found a dead body. They're dealing with the fact that Corey Feldman's father is an abusive alcoholic. They're dealing with the relationship between
Well, you got River Phoenix's bad home life.
And their relationship with him and Will Wheaton. That's being laid down. Jerry Collins, fat kid. Yeah, I know that being the fat kid in that group of kids. Like there's so much there, and then they're dealing with the dead body situation, but they're also kind of coming of age. They're kind of realizing that childhood stuff is no longer, their territory. They're actually having to move into a little more adult way of looking at the world, and certainly dealing with Kiefer Sutherland and his whole crew hammers that point home, and there are threatening moments between them. So to me, it feels very much like an adult film or a coming of age adult film. And it's great performances from everybody involved. And I think is it Daniel Stern who does the voiceover, or Richard Dreyfuss?
It's Richard Dreyfuss does the voiceover.
Okay.
And it started the trend of Stephen King's best movies are from his short stories.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, The Body. That's what it was called.
Yeah. And you got the Green Mile and Shawshank.
Right.
And
Shawshank, so good.
Whereas when you're trying to convert these massive 1,000-page tomes, there's just too much information to relay. It tried with 2 parts.
Oh yeah, right.
And it was interesting. I especially like the first part.
Yeah, I agree. First part was great.
Yeah, the second part, defeating the clown, that to me felt unsatisfying.
Yeah,
but still impressive, because that's a tough book to pull off. It's like doing The Stand. I don't know how you ever actually do that. And I didn't see The Dark Tower because I think that's another one where I don't know how you do it. And everybody was like, it's god awful. I'm like, I don't want to see it. I've thought about it a couple times and be like, that's streaming on whatever platform. And be like, I don't know if do I want to waste my time?
It's so bad. And the fact that it was only 90 minutes was just, or a little bit over 90 minutes, just shocking on so many levels, because that is such an extensive story to try to tell it in such a small amount of time.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
It would make more sense if you were like, so long as this first one goes well, this is going to be a 4-picture like arc.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Because that character King has gotten a lot of mileage out of.
Oh yeah, totally.
But yeah, Stand By Me, I mean, it's one of the best coming of age movies you're going to see.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So what's your 3?
My 3 is Leon, the Professional.
Oh, that's also a slight punt. Oh, this is going to be interesting. All right.
Okay.
All right. Little battle on the fronts. So my 3 is Searching for Bobby Fischer, the punt from earlier. Man, this is almost my number one, dude. I'm not telling you, this was almost my number one. If those other two weren't more kind of like just, I don't know, just kind of have something more to them each, I would have put this at number one. I love this movie, man. I fucking love this movie.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and the kid is so good. And I don't think I saw him in anything much after that. Just the delivery, the blue eyes of the young kid, the honesty, and the stuff with Jim Mantegna as his dad and Joan Allen, and then the Ben Kingsley stuff and Lawrence Fishburne.
It's got an excellent cast.
It's all Chicago actors almost, except for Lawrence, because I mean William H. Macy's from Chicago, Joan Allen's from Steppenwolf, Mantegna's from that. So there's a lot of Chicago actors involved in this, and and even Paymer, right? David Paymer,
sure,
in there as one of the dads of the kids. Great stuff, exploring the kind of sports dad mentality in the world of chess and what that all can lead to. And just incredible performance, man. And every time I watch this movie, I'm just like completely transported to one of those rare places in film where you watch a movie. It is so singularly its own world that you just kind of enjoy existing in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Yeah, I like the push and pull because they, takes him to Kingsley, who's the best teacher or a great teacher, maybe not the best. And the kid can't handle the dogmatic approach of you follow these steps. Here are the rules. This is what you do. And it stifles his creativity and enjoyment overall. And he would rather lose than just play in this system.
Yeah, exactly.
But on the flip side, the Lawrence Fishburne of out here, like sacrificing queens and making huge moves is more exciting and exhilarating to play. You're going to lose more. So finding the balance and all that, but allowing him to eventually do these things and just go out and be like, go have fun.
Yeah.
Learn along the way, but there is no specific approach.
Yeah.
If you're going to enjoy this and succeed at it. So figure that out for yourself.
Yeah. Just like life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really interesting.
Yeah.
Solid movie.
It is really. And it's one of those ones that, like I said, just comes along and you're just like, it's not going to win a bunch of awards. It's not going to get nominated for anything, but God damn it, is it an excellent film. Just an excellent film. An experience from top to bottom. Whenever you dive in, it's just so good. And Kingsley is tough to cheer for. It's, kind of the asshole element of him, but Fishburne as well. This idea that, you got to find that balance of when to take a risk and when to play it safe and when to be smart. And that, that's like, and then that moment of sportsmanship in the movie as well.
And when it comes to fruition in that last match, because he loses his queen early by playing too brash. But because of that, he's also been in these situations before, so he manages to tread water until he can take the other kid's queen.
Yeah.
And then realizes, because of the teachings of Kingsley, I got him.
Yeah.
But it's this confluence of all these different styles and everything that he's learned and experiences that come to fruition.
Yeah. And he tries to offer him a draw. Yeah.
He does. And the kid doesn't want to take it because he's, I got you. All right. You sure about that?
Yeah, exactly.
He tries to be nice, then it's just like, all right, well, tough titties, kid. You're going down.
Good stuff, though. If you guys haven't seen it, it's such an excellent fucking movie. Take it a Saturday afternoon and watch it because it's so good. All right, so what's your 2, brother?
My 2 is A Sixth Sense.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm blown away by it, just like everyone else.
Yeah.
Upon first seeing it, didn't know obviously about the twist, and then unfortunately, it's kind of cursed Shyamalan to this day.
Yeah,
because it feels like he's got to do a twist, and then eventually he became known as the twist guy. So there's no way for him to get anything produced if it doesn't have a twist. Yeah. And I think the movie is obviously the twist helps. I'm not saying it doesn't.
1,000%. Yeah.
But also independent of that, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is, man.
It's got a nice blend of the horror elements when you see these dead people, like the hanging guy when they're at that party.
Yeah, dude.
It's creepy as shit. Or the little girl with half her head blown off when she turns to camera. It's like, oh my God. but it adds a nice little creep factor, and also like you feel for these lost souls.
Yeah.
And why they're wandering and are displaced.
Yeah.
And that in and of itself is a compelling film. And then with the twist, I don't feel like I don't know why, but I feel like subconsciously I want to guard the twist if you haven't seen it.
Oh, good point. Maybe.
Maybe there's somebody, but I gotta imagine anybody that's listening to this has seen the fucking Sixth Sense.
Well, it's over 20 years, right? It's almost it's got to be over 20 years old. So I feel like that's got to be the window.
There could be some teenager, much like you haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth, which is like, I haven't gotten around to seeing Sixth Sense. But it's what
okay,
one of the biggest twists in movie history. I'm fine with it.
Okay, we can skip the twist. That's fair.
No, I'm fine with talking about it. I don't care.
Okay.
It was weird to me that I kept saying the twist as opposed to
yeah.
But yeah, then Haley Joel Osment is next level.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible when he says, "I see dead people." It is powerful.
Yeah. Well, the scene with him and his mom in the car.
Mm-hmm.
That scene, the end scene, or one of the end scenes, when she finally realizes that he can actually see these things. That moment is, I cry. I mean, I get emotional, cry or I'll get emotional every time because his acting, because he loves his mom so much and he's delivering this message with such care, and the dawning on her mom, on his mom's face, on Toni Collette's face, of how accurate he is in what he's saying and how it feels authentic, and her like having to take that in and essentially reassess her point of view on the whole situation from the beginning of the movie. It's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And who doesn't want someone who can actually commune with our lost loved ones and get that kind of closure and whatever, if there is anything that's open. So it's just like, it's such great performance. And yeah, you're right. It's like his Citizen Kane, like, Citizen Kane dogged Wells all the way until he died. Sixth Sense will dog Shyamalan all the way until he dies. There's no option.
Yeah. Unless he manages to come out with something
to top it, which he has.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. Yeah.
And how many more bites at that apple is he going to get?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I love Unbreakable. I thought Old was good. What's one? Oh yeah, the Glass, and then Split or whatever. Those.
Yeah, but they just didn't do well financially.
Right. But they didn't reach that level of Sixth Sense, man.
Yeah, which is tough to do.
No, true. Very true.
And other directors have their niche as well, where they make roughly the same movie quite a few times.
Yeah.
And we applaud them for it.
Guy Ritchie.
But Guy Ritchie, Scorsese, Paul Thomas Anderson, Chris Nolan, like they have their style.
Sure.
And we know going into it, it's probably going to be something along these lines.
Right.
But Shyamalan, just like that, having that one tiny little hook is not the same as having like a genre piece that you tend to do.
Yeah, true.
So it makes it more difficult to shock, especially like the next, following it up with, was Lady in the Water or The Village next? It was The Village.
The Village is next, then The Happening, then Lady in the Water. So that was the, I think.
Oh, no way, dude. Lady in the Water came out before The Happening.
You think?
Okay. 100%.
Okay. I'm not good on movie release dates. Everybody knows that.
That Lady in the Water was what got me out of Shyamalan, and then The Happening was coming out. I was like, unless you guys tell me it's good, I'm not buying into Shyamalan at this point.
Yeah, Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, which I like, The Village, which I enjoyed, then Lady in the Water, then The Happening, right? And then Airbender, and then After Earth. Like those four, back to back to back, were the destruction of Shyamalan. That was the destruction of Shyamalan completely. They didn't even put his name on the promotion for After Earth because he'd been so reviled after Last Airbender. So
yeah, After Earth is terrible.
Oof. Oh well. Oh shit. Matt, how do we go the whole show without mentioning your boy trying to get tackled on stage?
Hey, listen, everybody was concerned about this, and it finally happened.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a little mad it happened because I thought it was ridiculous that all these comics were coming out saying, "Hey, they're gonna attack us," and I'm like, it's ridiculous.
So did I. Although someone like Chappelle looms so large in public consciousness that if it's gonna happen to anybody, it's gonna be somebody on that level.
Yeah.
It was all the people that aren't anywhere near that level that were like, this could happen. And be like, it's not gonna fucking happen to you, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's not. Nobody's gonna do that. And you're their Jodie Foster, you know?
Be happy people are in the audience for you.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have a Mark David Chapman out there
Yeah.
trying to take you down
Yeah.
like Chappelle makes. And this dude like apparently wrote a song about him.
Yeah.
But he got the video where he tackles him and then he runs around the back of the clamshell and he disappears behind some wall or whatnot and then comes out the other side.
Yeah.
And then you see him get crushed and you hear the whole audience go like, oh, like got him. Like it's a good hit in the NFL when a receiver crosses the middle.
Yeah. They were destroying him too. I mean, obviously our friend Chris Burns, one of the people involved there in the production of that whole festival. Yeah. He's on the wrestling show now with me on Saturdays, and we were texting back and forth about it with our friend Aaron. And he was just saying how, all week people were kind of weird about Chappelle's security team. They were like, why is it so big? Why does it have so many people? And then you realize why, because they probably have access to those actual threats that he's been getting since he did that special. And so, they have to be mindful of it and really protect him. And even with that big security team, somebody still got through and almost got. I mean, if that guy had a knife or anything like that,
he did have a knife.
Oh, well, there you go. He did, but he didn't land or whatever.
It was inside of a fake gun.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
it was
something like that.
Really weird.
How do you get that past security, man? Insane.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, so don't make fun of the big comics who feel the need to kind of have that kind of protection, because you just never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, it was strange.
Yeah, totally. Of course, never mind. Let's move on. What's your number 2? Do we do your number 2? Which was
we did my 2, 6 cents.
Okay, so my 2 is Logan from your punt from earlier. Yeah, and you know why. I'm sitting up on my fucking wall, man. I just love that movie so. Where's it? This side? No, this side. I just love that movie so much, and Daphne is incredible, and I haven't seen her in shit since. Really, I didn't watch the Dark Materials show. Just didn't have an interest in that. But in this movie, she's so fucking good, man, from top to bottom. From the minute she's introduced to the interactions with Hugh Jackman, and then but then as it progresses, and when she yells at him in the car and comes back at him in the car, she has a ferocity and honesty in what she's doing that you can absolutely connect to. She's broken in different ways that he's broken, but there's a kinship in their brokenness. And then at the end, when he gives her that final message and that final piece of advice, so powerful. I hope she's one of those ones that makes the transition into the MCU as this character, because I actually don't want to see Wolverine recast. Just make her Wolverine and let's fucking go. That's my point of view.
Unfortunately, you're going to go 0 for 2 on those wants. You are. They may bring her over like that. You got a better chance at that.
Yeah.
They're recasting Wolverine.
Yeah. Fucking hell yeah.
It's coming.
No.
I mean, think how poorly received all those other X-Men were. And yet Hugh, I would watch a Hugh Wolverine movie tomorrow.
Yeah.
If they were like, we're releasing it, we got another one. Like, no problem. I like the character and I like Hugh in it.
Yeah.
So long as they find it, whoever comes next sucks for you. The guy after that, we might give a fair chance to.
Yeah.
But whoever's going to be directly compared to Hugh, more than likely, I assume that they're going to fail.
Fine.
But
fine, Matt. Fine.
They are. It just makes too much money.
Yeah.
But Logan's awesome. We've talked about it before.
We have 1,000 times. All right. So then what's your 1, my man?
My 1 is Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, please.
I love that movie. I think it's fantastic.
Okay.
I've watched it, I guess, not too distantly.
Okay.
Like 6-8 months ago again.
Okay.
But I do go back for scenes. You can find a bunch of great ones on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it just so many different moments. And that little kid is fantastic, walking the line between comedy and the serious drama with like the girl that's under the stairs that his mom is trying, Scarlett Johansson is trying to save and protect this young Jewish girl. But then his interaction with like his best friend. You know, he's got
Oh
the
yeah,
cardboard armor at the end. It's the height of German technology at that point. And then
So good, man.
going to Sam Rockwell's boot camp.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But then showing back up to like when Rockwell comes with the Gestapo
Oh
and he has that like understanding of
yeah,
not all of us are evil,
yeah,
but we are in the midst of a terrible type of situation.
yeah.
I mean, the scenes with the kid and Taika
Oh my god.
just steal the show.
Yeah.
I love everyone. It opens with,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Heil Hitler. Come on, are we friends? Like, say it like you mean it. And then he just go the ferocity, and he jumps out, and you realize that it's all fictitious thing in his mind. Because initially, when I was watching it in the theater, I was like, "Am I supposed to be laughing at this?" Because
Yeah.
I want to, but I feel weird that we're making Hitler an endearing character, and then the reveal of because I don't watch trailers and all that. I don't know shit about it.
Right.
And once that reveal and the pressure release, it was so cathartic to laugh at the idiocy of all of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Taika inventing that character, by the way. The book has no
right. Hitler
fictitious Hitler best friend character.
Yeah.
And I don't think the movie works for me remotely.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have that dynamic, you know, baked into it. So yeah, I did, and that little kid is excellent. I hope he continues to work.
I agree. He's so fantastic, and both of them, him and his friend, are just great throughout the movie. Just very, very funny.
The kid is, I've seen a couple times.
Yeah.
The friend.
Yeah.
I think he just did the newest Home Alone.
Yes, that was him. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes. So good in that situation for sure. Yeah, I like the movie so much, and you know, it's the interactions of the kids with Scarlett Johansson, and of course with Thomas and Mackenzie, the back and forth, and how that journey goes along. Because they're so smart in portraying the kid as adamantly this, because what else would he know? This is what he was raised in.
So what all his friends are doing.
Yeah. And then slowly but surely, you see that the emperor has no clothes, step by step, and him as a kid starts to realize it as well. And then has that moment, that real cathartic moment where he does what he does to Hitler. And it's just like so great to see. And I enjoy the hell out of that. And you're right. I mean, that kid is so good. And the film manages to be a Taika film in that it deals with the real shit, but still finds the humor and the madness of it all, which is so great about him as a director and filmmaker. So yeah, just a great film. Absolutely.
All right, so what do you got at one?
My one is The Professional, the punt from earlier. It's that film is so good. Natalie Portman is so good as the character, and it's her first role or whatever. And she said, and I know it's for some people now lately, it's become a troublesome film, and I respect that maybe. And your point of view, I respect for sure, but I don't agree. I think it's just an unusual mixture of actors and characters and people in this film that works, because essentially Leon is a teenager himself, because he's been kind of indoctrinated into this world. And so he's never like emotionally matured past what he has with Matilda. And so that's why they have an easy friendship. And, he doesn't sleep with her or anything like that, but there's a weird kind of connective tissue and possible kind of, feelings developing there, but it never really kind of gets consummated or gets explored in that way, which is a good thing. And then you throw in the Gary Oldman element of all, and Danny Aiello, who's so good in the random moments that he's on the screen. There's a lot more weight to this one, and she is carrying the film. Yeah, he gets the fun action sequences, but it's her journey that we're monitoring, from her parents getting absolutely destroyed and murdered and killed, and her escaping that, and then learning to become an assassin because she has to survive in the world, and what Leon guides her through. I think Portman does an incredible job. So it's the movie and her performance. That's why I put it at number one for me.
Her performance, like when she sees her family dead and has to like walk down to his door and knock on it, and just her entire world is shattered, and she is portraying that so well.
Yeah, the shock of it all, right? Exactly.
Yeah. She's just trembling, like, please open your door. Like, she needs to be saved in this moment. And she's trying to navigate this new world
Mhm.
thereafter, and the madness of it all.
Yeah.
It's incredible that this is her introduction
Yeah.
to all of us,
Yeah.
because
Agreed.
she's rightly been in our lives ever since,
Yeah.
in huge projects, and continues to work in Oscar caliber films.
Mhm. Agreed.
But yeah, it's a mesmerizing performance from her and Jean Reno,
Mhm.
and it's one of Luc Besson's lesser out of left field type of movies.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, usually it's like, I'm a fan of Fifth Element, but that is a weird movie.
Yeah, you're right. It is a weird movie.
Yeah. And that also took seeing it literally about 50 times before I loved it. And now I genuinely love it. And its eccentricities to help sell it to me now.
So you had 49 viewings where you were like, I don't know. I just something about it. I just have to keep watching it.
I think it was more so like after 20. It's not. I didn't sit down to watch it.
Okay.
It was just on,
Right.
and to slowly kind of give more and more scenes chances and
Yeah.
get invested into the characters more and more times, and then start noticing like all the different choices and appreciate the characters, the costume design, the world that's been created.
Yeah.
There are still things that I think are like, okay, I could have done without this, but like the singer part.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Interesting, and yet at the same time, kind of stupid. But they are on this like a carnival cruise that's Vegas and Monte Carlo and everything all kind of wrapped into one, and they're going to, so they bring in the Mariah Carey of the galaxy, or the Whitney Houston, or whoever it is has the vocal range, and okay. But anyway, professional. If you want a more grounded Luc Besson, this is what I've seen of his. This is his most grounded.
I agree. Most accessible for sure.
Yeah.
All right, but there you go. There's our separate list, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put it together to give you our official The Top 10 list here as I grab the bongos. There we go. Just warming up here. All right. Where are we at? Let's put this list together.
Where did you have Jojo again?
Jojo is my number 5.
All right. And Sixth Sense you had where?
Sixth Sense is number 6.
Leon, the Professional?
Number 1.
All right. So Leon is number 1.
Oh, okay.
You had Logan at 2?
Logan at 2.
All right. So then I would say Logan is number 2.
Wow. Okay.
And then Jojo and Sixth Sense.
Okay.
So that's 1 through 4.
Okay. I've got Bobby Fischer at 3.
That's my 9.
Okay.
We both have Billy Elliot at what, the 8,
And
10
9.
range?
I have it 9, yeah.
Okay, so that's 8, 9. Exorcist is 8, 10.
Okay.
And I don't think we don't have anything else in common.
No, I don't think so.
All right. So I would say probably Searching then next.
Okay.
All right. So we have 5 spots left, 6 through 10.
Okay.
We have 2 more in common, but they were lower. So do you want to fill out like?
Yeah.
Give me your next highest.
Next highest is Stand By Me at 4 for me. What about you?
My next highest is 5, Room.
Okay. Go ahead. That was my JoJo slot.
And then I say we do Billy Elliot and Exorcist here.
Okay.
We have 1 spot left.
Okay.
I have my 6.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Put it in.
What? Done and done. Easy peasy.
Nice. All right. Here we go. The top 10 movies for adults led by a kid. Yeah. At number 10.
Still sounds bad, doesn't it?
It does. I can't find the right thing. All right.
Pan's Labyrinth.
At number 9.
The Exorcist.
At number 8.
Billy Elliot.
At number 7.
Room.
At number 6.
Stand By Me.
At number 5.
Searching for Bobby Fischer.
At number 4.
The Sixth Sense.
At number 3.
Jojo Rabbit.
At number 2.
Logan.
And our number 1 movie made for adults led by a kid is
Leon the Professional.
There you go. Everyone. All right, Matt, another fun list here from the top 10 for our fans to enjoy and listen to and peruse and have issues with and offer their own suggestions. We mentioned it earlier. It didn't qualify for me because it's kind of a different approach in my mind to it. It didn't feel like necessarily an adult oriented movie led by kids, plus the horror aspect of it all. Even though there is some horror aspect to Sixth Sense, I just felt like that puts it in a different category for me. But I thought we had a good compilation here of movies for people to check out if they haven't checked out, but also movies to talk about. So thank you all so much for watching and listening.
Mm-hmm. And follow the show on Twitter at Top 10 Show, all spelled out. Otherwise, on YouTube and Instagram, it is / the Top 10 Podcast with the number 10. So hit us up over there on those. And if you want, you can follow me at Matt Knost and check out Settle the Score. It is my movie music trivia show. Or if you're into NBA dropping dimes, you can find those anywhere you get podcasts.
There you go. As for me, you can follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, The Outlaw Nation on Twitch, and my YouTube channel, youtube.com/John Rocha Says, and my other podcasts as well, the Cinephiles and the Geek Buddies there for you all to enjoy. All right, y'all take care of yourselves. Be well, and we'll talk to you next time with another brand new episode here of the Top 10. Peace.